Topic number two, no UNC slander during this topic. I'm making it UNC slander free.
There might be a little UNC slander, but it's directed by me because we're looking back at the most memorable moments of the season.
Ooh,
A little introspection here. A look back and I don't know I don't know other words for that, but
okay, lovely. Now I'm gonna get out right now just the moments for my team personally. Number one, he who shall not be named anymore. Um, that the half quarter against Maryland for the win. That was ridiculous. It was probably the game clinching, sorry, not game clinching, title clinching play, I think, for Michigan State. In returning to glory and winning the Big Ten again. So that's number one for me off rip. I'll let y'all go before I get to my other ones.
yeah, that was on my list. Dion, do you have any that come to your mind?
Um, I mean, I have a few from just the Maui. Hurley just like scrambling all over the court, doing whatever he was doing. Elliot Cadeau playing like NFL football on the court for a few minutes there. That was hilarious. Um, I think probably one of my biggest moments of the season, and I don't know, this just goes to show, like, I guess I'm more detail oriented than anything. When UConn went up, I want to say it was like 17-3 on St. John's. I was like, cool, Patino's dead. Like, let's put the nails in the coffin. Shout out Calipari. And then it was 20-17 very shortly after, it felt like. That was the moment where I was like, okay, St. John's is very real. Then subsequently, they lost in the second round to Cal.
A couple of ones that I noted. This one feels like it has to be on there just because of gravity with it to get to the Final Four when Walter Clayton went nuclear in the final few minutes against Texas Tech when they were down 10. That might be like my number one, like just the weight of the moment, individual performance. Kind of wish that I feel like Derek Queen's buzzer beater against Colorado State has to be there too, just because it was in the tournament.
Mm,
Um, Auburn losing at home that final day of the season on Mark Sears buzzer beaters. Those are all some of like the top moments. But I would give the edge to the first two just because they happened in the tournament.
yeah. So some other ones that come to mind. Coop had like a 42 ball.
Yeah, that deserves a shout.
That deserves a shout. I'm sorry, Riley.
Okay,
That was nasty. And then also just as a whole, that Alabama shooting performance against BYU was
true.
absolutely insane. Between Mark Sears hitting like 11 threes and the team just hitting 25, I have never seen a team just not miss like that. It was absolutely insane. Even Aiden Sherrill came off the bench and went 3 for 3. I couldn't see anybody miss during that game. That was incredible. Um, Also, while we're talking about like game winning moments, that late night, because I'm on the East Coast, Arizona, Iowa State, and Caleb Love hits the like 70 footer to go to
Mhm.
overtime against Iowa State and end up winning in overtime. That game was nuts.
There was another one like that had the similar type feel was that BYU Iowa State game. I know there wasn't quite a moment in it, but it was like an overtime game where Richie Saunders went crazy and Keba. That was I fell in love with Keba Keita that night, and it was just an awesome game. Speaking of flags, 42 burger. Duke, I mean, I would honestly say this like pains me, but like Con Knipple against UNC in general, that man torched Carolina all three times he played them.
Duke just had like Isaiah Evans coming off the bench against Auburn and just
Yeah.
having a performance. Like they've had a couple this year. It is March, and that means that March Madness is upon us. And if you are looking for a place to play, Underdog Fantasy has you covered. Sign up and deposit using code SLEEPERS, that's code SLEEPERS, to receive up to $1,000 in bonus credit plus a free pick. Head over to Underdog Fantasy today and use promo code SLEEPERS to take advantage of this amazing offer.
Con has been so freaking good in the month of
I
March.
don't get it either. Like, I get that he's good, but I just don't get it at the same time.
Like
I think he's gonna stink in the NBA.
you really think so?
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm done saying that. He's gonna be good. I just gotta accept it.
No, I'm willing to accept he's special in college, and I was hand up. We did it on. I think you and I did a Duke recap, and I was like, my bad. I was unfamiliar with your game, Con. The more familiar I get with his game, I'll tell you right now, my guy Pods has smoke for Con when he gets to the next level.
I
Like,
just think when you like the archetype of like not just Tyler Hero because he's white, I would say like Jared McCain's in the same vein. There's probably other guards who you think of as like primarily off-ball guys who are catch and shoot threats, movement shooter types who just develop like some of that like those primary shot creation skills that Khan is already showing that some like he's really good playing out of ball screens. Like I mean maybe it's because he has a 7-2 target just to throw it up there too, but yeah, that's the part that's most promising for me is that he's been really good on ball.
I like the Tyler Hero shout. I want to point out, like, I think he can do exactly what Tyler Hero does. I completely agree. I think Tyler Hero stinks, which is why I'm not like the most confident in Khan at the next level. If he develops on the other end, I love the Jared McCain comparison. And if he does that, I take it all away. But
Yeah.
I think the unathletic guard that kind of has to get his, but while also doesn't play defense college, you're a top three player in the country. And I think Khan is like one of the best players in the country right now.
Mhm.
NBA, food, food. Like, may I have this dance, Khan?
Mm. I have one last one I want to throw out there. Well, actually two. One, I'm gonna go ahead and get ahead of it. We're gonna have a moment at the Final Four. I don't know what it is, but like there's too many good players and teams not for someone to have a moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ahead of it now. And then last one is Jeremiah Fears versus Michigan early on in the
Oh, that
year
was dope.
when he hit the 4-pointer for the win. And he was already cooking that year, but he did against like some different type of teams, some lower level not bad non-conference teams. And then I believe that game was at the Garden, I want to say. Like it was a pretty special, I think a special performance by them or by Jeremiah Fears and kind of announced himself on the big stage. So that's my last moment.
I one more and Cart, I'm sorry, but this was honestly special. Janai Broom, for whatever reason, checking back into the game against Michigan
Oh my
State,
God,
where he
man.
just like didn't need to check back in and then like didn't attempt to do anything besides launch that three. Like he he didn't try to do anything else besides launch that three.
It's just
My last one, this is why I said I will engineer the UNC slander, the Jalen Withers lane violation.
oh, mm.
Hated it. Hated it. But that was one of the most memorable moments of the season for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, that
Although
Also,
it was a nice exclamation mark at the end of the Wit Sanity run where he was just became Nas Reed for 2 weeks.
wit sanity is crazy.
do like it's a question for you, but not to like pile on, Riley, but yeah, I mean obviously I am. North Carolina fans, they don't think that's coaching, like they don't think that's a coach's fault.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, just want to
Yeah.
make sure. Because like to me, a lane violation is straight up like your coach didn't calm you down before you went back out there.
No, I agree. I think most Carolina fans would say that reflects very poorly on the coaching staff as well. So
Mm,
keep your head up, Jalen.
yeah, of course, with sanity. Shout out,
Keep yours down, Cooper.
no, Dion, love reliving moments. Thank you for that topic, Riley. On the topic number three.